The Blues kick to the left of screen here. Going to find out a bit tonight, you'd reckon, about both these teams and where they're at. Burton started very positively here. Short kick's a good one to Lappin.
And Bruce, there were 3 or 4 Carlton players on the lead. There was Lappin, there was Hickmott, there was Silvani. So Hume, who knew he was too far out to kick a goal, he was waiting for the right lead, and he honoured the one to Matthew Lappin. Pretty important kick, this one, for the Blues. He should kick it. He's only about 40 metres out. Not a very tight angle at all.
And the great thing about that kick to Hume, I thought he was in the votes last week for Carlton. Great thing about that was it's probably the best kick he's given all year.
3 goals last week, Lappin. It's close. Has he got it?
He likes it.
Okay, to about 50. McCartney was pushed out. Houlihan, he's a sharpshooter. He's 50 metres from goal. Good looking kick. It's a goal. It's a goal. Time, they might get one here. Ratton, well done. Mansfield, inside 50. Good looking kick, he's got a goal.
He took the punt and ran forward.
He cheated, didn't he, Doom? At that last
Danger zone. Ratton's handball instinctively. Houlihan kicks to the front of the square. Mansfield. Gee, he's having a bit of a game.
Well, a few of the changes, I know it's only a minute into this third term, but a few of the changes have worked because Whitnell's had a touch playing on that wing. Mansfield's had a couple of touches playing at half forward. It was Ratton who got the handball to Houlihan. So they're all positive things for Carlton. They desperately need to kick the first 3 goals of this third term.
And you have to talk about the hands of Ratton. Were just too quick for Houlihan. He didn't expect Ratton to give it to him. He was too quick for his own teammate.
Pretty good kick by Houlihan to centre it to the goal square on his left boot.
Yep. Going for a second goal here, Mansfield. Got it. But they had an extra man, and that was Clayton. Hume got rid of him. Gee, Hume's done a job here. Gets it to Whitnell. Can he get it to Lappin? It's now with Lappin. Takes a couple on. Freeborn's got Ratton all on his own. He decides to go to Koutafidis. God, no. Ratton will kick a goal. He's got it.
Great play by Ratton.
What about Darren? And goes long to Kuta. Colbert's a chance though. Koutafidis was brilliant actually to get a hand on it. Lappin's handball. Koutafidis brilliantly done. Camporelli goal. Magical football.
Well, Kuta got the acceptance of off the grip.
It was an open forward line a moment ago. It's
What was your man?
Yeah, poor kick.
Not a good kick.
Might work.
And out of play.
The only advantage about a mongrel kick going into your forward line is that it could go to anyone.
Yeah, and it drops forward. And if you want to find out how many turnovers there is in the game tonight, Wolsey, click on to i7sport.com.au and get all your information.
Porter and Burton. Porter lays it down. Camporelli. He's got it.
But again,
Two goals to Camporelli.
And Bruce, the boundary throw-in, Porter was the one who set that up. He's got a big mouth, Scott Camporelli, no doubt about that. And he let Shannon Grant know after he kicked the goal.
Got underneath it. Hume read it beautifully. He's got Favola. It's a great kick to Favola. He'll go on, go for goal. And the Blues are within one kick. They've kicked 5 unanswered goals. There, did he?
no,
Good kick, Franchina.
he waited for something to happen.
Mansfield on the burst. Pops it up. And into the waiting arms of this man who has turned the match, Beaumont.
And Carlton have desperately tried to keep Beaumont in the thick of the action. Beaumont's opponents have continually run back towards the Kangaroos' goal square. As that happens, a Carlton teammate says, I'll take him, you stay in the middle of the ground. Mansfield has had 8 marks in the second half, so in about 36 minutes of football, Mansfield's had 8 marks at half forward.
Beaumont to put the Blues in front. How appropriate, it was him. Well, he's gone from the... Porter lays it down, Archer slip, Hume running, taking Blakey on and kicking a goal.
Dusty!
He took two of the best on, Archer and Blakey. One on now, over the top to Beaumont, to Whitnall.
Good pick, Dipper. He still has to kick this. It's a fair way out late in the game. He'll have to kick it every bit of 53, 54 metres.
Now, you don't want to be too overly critical, but if Lance Whitnall kicks this one and it spins quickly, the drop punt, it won't go the distance, and he's prone to doing that.
Dermot, big night for him, 100th game, mate. He knows what this kick means to him and the club, so I'm backing him here.
He hasn't got good flexibility. He has been sore during the week.
Kicks from 52. Good on you, Dipper. You're right again. It's a goal. It was a 7-point game. It's been an 8-goal-to-1 second half for the Blues. Hickmont to Ratton. Not a bad kick. Good mark.
Good player, Ratton. The in-close handball of Carlton around the ruck contest has been first-rate in this last quarter. Radley, Ratton, Freeborn, Cavariali, they've just been hitting targets. Ratton's kick was just out in front of Lappin and made it very hard for Byron Pickett to get a spoil.
Well, ironically, the man who missed a golden opportunity in the first quarter to get the Blues going could seal it right here.
You could just see that Byron had run himself into the ground going the other way, and that jump to spoil, he got about 3 inches off the ground on that, but you feel for the bloke because he did everything he could for the team going the other way.
So Lappin to win it, to close it out, and he's done it. I tell you what, our forward, McKernan and Silvani, almost McKernan.
Runners are late.
And appropriately, Whitnall's going to have the last kick.
That hurts if you're a Kangaroo fan, and even more so if you're on the Kangaroo staff.
Well, they won 13 straight last year. They've won 3 in a row. They're in exactly the same spot they were this time last year, the Blues. It's a sort of win that builds a season.
Well, you picked it at three-quarter time, Bruce.
Jasper, Haynes and Hunter will start on with Emberley on the bench for the West Coast Eagles, boys.
Looks like Chad Morrison picking up Anthony Koutafidis.
On edge of the centre square, raking left foot. Oh, Koutafidis is going to take an easy mark. Just got rid of Morrison. And Kuta should kick the first goal of the game.
Interesting the way they set that up, the Blues. Kuta is roaming through the middle of the ground, and all the other key forwards, Whitnall, Silvani, just pushed up the ground to leave the space, which left Koutafidis one out against Chad Morrison. And, well, it was part muscle and part a slip by Morrison that saw him go to ground.
Well, you did mention before the game, Gerard, who could actually match this man. I don't think physically they have anyone, so Morrison will have to give away some size and inches today, and Koutafidis should score a goal. Just 25 metres out. Rams at home.
Did you think they're gathered here by Houghton, nearly run down. Left foot kick is all right. Silvani can't take the mark. Ratton sets it up. Beaumont, he's got to get onto his left. He gets onto it and skillfully puts it through for the second goal of the game and the second goal for the Blues.
The ball to Camperelli. Danger here for the Eagles. Silvani's going to be the target. Those long arms keeps the ball in front.
Just come back, kick a goal.
Silvani can kick a goal. 35 metres out. Silvani bangs it through. Well, here comes Kuta.
Oh, caught that.
It's Christou trying to crash his way through, and Hume has ripped off the ball. Carlton too desperate so far in this first quarter.
Both Houghton and Christou say, what was that?
Hey, they're mates, aren't they? Christou and Koutafidis.
Well, he has got a crook back, and no wonder. He's been body slammed as well as ridden into the ground.
Well, it wasn't Kuta that got him. It was one of the Eagles players coming in at the last minute. And Houghton obviously being beckoned towards the interchange bench.
KB, you'd be interested to know that the second most talked about subject on the Eagles website is their jumper.
Well, I'm not surprised. Fancy winning premierships and looking back and find that you're running around with this jumper on. Hume directly in front. Pops it through.
veterans, Ratton, McKay and Bradley. Bradley towards full forward. The mark, yes, it's taken. Whitnell has got it away from Carroll. And maybe the 5th Carlton goal coming up from the boot of Lance Whitnell. He's only a matter of 30 metres out, pretty well straight in front.
Must be very difficult, I think, for Ken Judge at this time in his coaching career with the new club, given that they have got such a run of injuries, but they are playing a one-on-one brand of footy, and if you're doing that, you line them up one-on-one, and they just can't win.
Whitnell from short range has kicked the goal. The Blues have got their 5th. Well, sorry, Mark. It was a lovely kick because it found Hickmott. Hickmott across the half-forward line. And the mark simply taken and the finish by Beaumont. A little too easy, you would think. The breeze perhaps creates a certain amount of the ball dropping short, but Beaumont, a very, very simple mark from this Hickmott kick.
Well, we've had a number of players now have had shots at goal that have run from behind the ball coming from the back line. Beaumont, another one.
Directly in front, low trajectory, goal. But
he'll find Koutafidis in the pocket. In fact, he left it for Bradley. They could have raffled it.
Smart work from Craig Bradley. He could see that Cooter was going to be the target for the short pass, so he just slipped over in front of him.
2 straight goals this year for Craig Bradley.
Is there any chance, Kevin, that he could go for another year and
I would think
try
so.
and attack Bruce Doole's games
How
playing
many games
record?
has he played now?
342.
342. I think he's got another season. I think there was an article the other day suggested he may go on next year. Bradley from 30 metres out. He's on his preferred side. And the Carlton throng go up as one as he kicks a goal.
Keep going at this rate, it'll be over 40. Short pass too easy. Whitnell provided the lead and Lappin honoured that. And Whitnell will shoot for goal from about 40 metres and an ever so slight angle. Robert Heatley stand end here at Optus Oval. Whitnell has kicked one. Whitnell has kicked a couple. 2 goals now to Lance Whitnell and Simon Beaumont.
Freeborn from outside of 50 just wobbles the ball forward. Silvani was playing in front of Carlton fans. They wanted a free kick.
He played that well, Kevin, didn't he? I mean, he's a strong man, Stephen Silvani, as is Glenn Jakovic, but Jakovic's efforts to try and get into a position to spoil and a basic infringement against the Carlton veteran Stephen Silvani.
Going for his 2nd goal. He's got it. Rammed it home.
Actually, the Blues will get it out wide. Ratton to Bradley. Bradley off the left, and Hickmott will mark. It is a procession. Whitnell it is. Whitnell at half forward, about 40 metres out directly in front. Bradley, the kicker. And Whitnell, who has marked. He's kicked 2. And his floating punt kick has gone through for his 3rd. Hand to gather, hand passes wide, Massey will straighten, give it to Beaumont, Beaumont for his 3rd goal. Brilliant football by the Blues. The bangers are going here at Optus Oval.
Jakovic can't take control for Bowler, keeps the ball alive. Hume's going to kick a goal. They're too persistent. And then they have the runners. There's another one, Lappin.
Right. Somebody just opened a can beside you, did they?
Just tumbled the ball
I'm telling
forward.
you, it's raining.
And pouncing on it.
Goals.
Is During,
Raining goals.
And During kicks a goal. Jordan During. Penetrating kick. Houlihan, the crummer, kicks a goal.
Oh, I'm going to the... Not a lot that he can possibly... Yes, he can go short and he can find a Lappin. Matthew Lappin yet to kick a goal in this Carlton scoreline of 14-12-96. West Coast 2-6-18.
Just hasn't really had much of the footy today. Greg Harding has been on him pretty closely.
Lappin from just inside 50. He's going to fix that. He's going to fix it by kicking a goal. Lappin's first goal.
I'm not saying that Eagles have lost their best 8, but they've certainly lost about 8 top players that will be playing their starting lineup. Most clubs would be.
Now the ball is coming back. There's been a free kick
Off the ball.
off the ball, so the ball is going to come closer to goal where the kick was being taken by the Eagles. So another chance for the Blues. We didn't quite see that because it was off the ball, but the umpire indicated it happened around about 65-70 metres out from goal. Brings the ball back, so Lappin, take 2. Poor kick, but it floats through because no one was on the goal line.
Gone through 4 foot high.
His options. The bowler's going to be a target, and he's got it.
Well, his kicking is a facet of his game that he's got to get better at. Last year, a close look at him on a number of occasions, and he's just not as accurate as a man that is going to make his profession out of goal kicking should be. And this is one you just should go back right down as a goal.
Well, just have a look at the crowd behind the goals because they will tell the story if Brendan Favola kicks this goal in the Robert Heatley stand. Straight through the centre.
The hedge gets, and it'll be further because they'll go forward again. This bloke will nearly finish it himself. Camporelli to the goal square. It'll roll through. It won't roll through. It'll carry the goal line. 20 goals now. 18 for Carlton now. Camporelli to the Eagles to just 3-9.
Mansfield to Porter. Favola again. He's marking everything that's coming his way in this last quarter. Just got to get his kicking boot on. 6 marks to Brendan Favola, but he's kicked 1 goal 4. Good body work also by Lance Whitnell. Favola from 40 metres out. That looks better. Look at that, he just wipes the brow.
Path back of Houghton. Hand pass wider still. Held onto it just long enough for Ratton. And Ratton, that's what I'm talking about. With his vision, his preparedness to give off, and certainly to the advantage, Favola has marked. It's his 4th mark so far in this last term.
There was a lack of pressure also, though, Robbo. How Houghton could dance and do a 360 and still lay the ball off without being smashed or crunched or whatever word you'd like to use indicates a lack of pressure.
Favola, he's got his kicking boot on now. He's got 3.
Get it, and he's going to get it. He was on top of 3 Eagles players. Let's have a look at this. There was 3 Eagle players there, and Ratton's come over the top and kicks a goal.
Folks. So the happy people here at Optus Oval are the Carlton supporters because right from the start of the match they controlled this game. They led 6-2-38 to 1-2-8 at quarter time and extended at every break to win the game by 119 points. Carlton 21 goals, 23, 149. The West Coast 3-12-30. And the leading goal kickers were Bowman.
Lakeland's the one that's going to come off, Bruce.
Thanks, Prez. Gee, there's a big feeling here today. It does feel like a final, doesn't it? Start of the game, Blues go to the right, Porter to the left, Porter got it into Bradley. He's away, he's inside 50, he chips it beautifully to Whitnell. It's a goal. The Blues are on the board. Hickmott, I should say. Goal.
Well, Kingsley to Polton. It's a fresh air shot. Schofield's come straight off the interchange bench. He just replaces Hume. Tireless work at the Ratton, the playmaker goes short. Camporelli, the star, 45 metres out. Hammers it home. Christou bangs the ball long. And Kudafidi's too tall, too big, too good.
Get up. Just a quick update on Kane Ackland. He rolled his ankle. It's been strapped. He should be all right to go on. Ironically, though, they've taken Kingsley off, who's been getting a lot of the ball, just for a bit of a rest.
Well, he's had it 10 times. And Porter also is going off. And Houghton coming on for Carlton. Koutafidis should kick a goal. Just 40 metres out, directly in front. Koutafidis nails it.
Cooter's the go-to man, and he does just that. Let's see what happens here. Paxman falls over, Cooter doesn't, and he'll kick another one. How good is he? Can't fall over in the contest and have any chance at all when you're playing on Koutafidis. Primus. Yes, it's a left forward pocket, left to screen the grandstand. It'll be a high tackle on Camporelli. It'll be opened up in 3 or 4 weeks' time. Camporelli's not happy. He got knocked out in the opening quarter, and he's very unhappy here with Kingsley. That's just a run of the mill. That happens a fair bit in footy, but the first one didn't excite him
more worried
too
about
much.
Franco coming in at the end.
Okay, well, he'd remember what Franco did to him in the opening quarter. He's skillful enough to nearly kick this. This is a very, very tough kick. Gee, that is a fantastic result. I wouldn't have...
Rally has been a star in the midfield. Great kick. Finds Ratton. Kingsley's got the job playing on Brett Ratton. In the square. It's a goal. He was looking for
to be able to create it like Carlton can. McKay away to centre half forward. Ratton again. He's had a lot of the ball inside 50 in this quarter.
Mark Williams must be concerned about his kick-outs. They just haven't been able to break that screen at all. I wonder if the better play would be, I mean, Duke can kick the ball 60 metres. Why not just get your players huddled at the 40-metre mark and bomb the ball long and hit the contest?
Good kick, Ratton, as a goal. He's put it home. Well, Lappin's had a quiet day, but again, look at this. Space and time, and Porter haven't had it all day. And Whitnell, how? Why is he on his own? But he is, and he marks 20 metres out.
Port Adelaide bench of Wakeland, Montgomery, Schofield and Ackland.
It's interesting with Wakeland, isn't it? They've just committed him to the bench for the day by the look of it.
Well, I actually asked whether there was some sort of back spasm or injury to him because he was getting that stretched earlier, but they said, no, he's fine. It's just the balance and the makeup. Well, the balance isn't working at the moment, is it?
No, and Whitnell to give the Blues the all-important opening goal of the second half. I think he snuck it home. He's got it. And
Plunkett was good early. Dangerous here. Koutafidis. He's just too good. There was the strength of Koutafidis. Just pushed Paxman off the line.
Well, they pushed Silvani back and they've created space for Koutafidis today. He was always going to be the goal kicker and the dominant player inside 50 with Whitnell.
And Koutafidis bangs it through. He's got 3.
7%. Freeborn's kick, Paxman front spot, Koutafidis too strong. Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. One-handed he did it, and a disappointing kick in the end, and Plunkett knows it. What about Cooter there? that was magic.
Port Adelaide, they've missed their targets, and the run comes from Bradley. The veteran runs to 50. Craig Bradley unloads, leads back and kicks a goal.
Get onto it.
Primus lays it down. Camporelli with some space. The long kick will be to full forward. Hickmott, oh, good hands. Terrific hands. That's his strength, to be able to mark overhead tall for a medium-sized player.
Guys, the news doesn't get much better for Port Adelaide either. Adam Kingsley has just gone down in the room with what looks like an AC joint problem, so he's in trouble, and Porter on the ropes.
Well, the honeymoon's over for the season, isn't it?
Without doubt.
As Hickmott kicks the goal.
Carlton, 3 against 1, Lappin. Pumps the ball back. Whitnell couldn't take it. They can get a goal. Houghton. He's got it.
Down. He's Paxman's man. Paxman's screaming for someone to go to him, and he's got it again. Whitnell is just destroying Port Adelaide here. They just don't know where he is. And look at this. Bangs it to full forward. Lappin, no, it was a funny 50-50. Terrific tackle because Port were away. Fletcher from the pocket.
That was Franchina, the tackler, and
Mackay to Hickmott, comes back, Lappin searching, goes for it, and drills it home. That should be enough. Port Adelaide kick-ins today have been...
Great tap. Hume should kick a goal, and bangs it through. Well, that young man's had a big game today. Around the ground. Mansfield. Well, there's still a bit of life in the old legs yet. Just landed very heavily on his back, so it's knocked the stuffing out of him a bit.
He's not in a hurry to take that kick, Kevin.
5 marks and 13 possessions today to Michael Mansfield.
Done a good job on Duke. Had an excellent game.
This is a very tough kick. You would think.
Porter and Koudafides in the goal square. That's probably where it will go if he can't find something short.
So Mansfield from 55 metres out. It's a centering kick. He's got to give Kuda the run at it. He's got it. That was a great kick. He put it out in front so that Koudafides could run at the ball.
Just laid it up, didn't he? Like a pitching wedge. Just laid it up to the top of the goal square. He would have seen that they had a height advantage. Koudafides just lurking behind the pack. Porter took front spot. And in the end, either of the big Carlton men could have taken the mark. Koudafides lining up for his 4th goal. He's had 6 scoring shots.
And rams it home.
Koudafides going for a 5th, just missing it away. And the Blues have done the big trick, coming to Adelaide in the big match and beating Port Adelaide. Terrific effort, Bruce Lindner.
Well, Scotty, Bruce was just saying...
James.
Libber in at the middle, Hutto, he'll get a job. It looks like possibly on Craig Bradley.
Both sides coming off terrific victories. The Dogs from behind and the Blues led all the way. The match is underway. And Octasoval does
kick and just get a little bit more and it doesn't. An opening here for the Blues. Hume squares it up. Lappin's the man. And a costly mistake from the Bulldogs.
It was a costly mistake, wasn't it, from Brad Johnson there?
Just didn't quite have the purchase on the kick to the boundary line. So we look at the replay of the aftermath and good sense of mind there from Hume to square it up to Lappin. Been such an important player for the Blues since transferring from St Kilda. Of course, played in a grand final at St Kilda. 111 goals his career. Shot on goal is not bad. It's not bad at all. The Blues fans like it behind the goals. And the Blues are up and running. No one at the other end of the ground. Kick to Franchina. This is a dead set game of basketball at the moment. Koudafides handball, releases Beaumont. Terrific start. Beaumont kicks the goal.
Well, they just orchestrated one extra man.
Committed to playing on, so he needs to find a target inside 50. And Hunt is that man. They're just appearing to have more options and more space in their forward 50, despite the fact that both teams are floating almost equally as much, Jared.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's more space, I think they're holding the ball up better until somebody finds some open area and they're hitting the targets better. The Bulldogs have had their opportunities, but they're just not hitting the targets. What a great kick from Trent Otten.
That is an outstanding kick, so that's 3 to the Blues.
To the ground, making sure there was an option in the forward 50, something that Terry Wallace is going to have to work on.
Ratton to Mackay, who goes inside 50. Big fly at the back. Hunter couldn't take it. Hickmott, so good in these situations. Great goal.
Through Mansfield, set the chance up around the corner. Ratton, Freeborn. He should kick a goal from there. No problems at all for Freeborn. Steers it towards goal, and the Blues have got 5. Takes the mark. Beaumont calls for it. Hume goes short. It's Christo again on the outer side, and he's almost got it. He has.
They've just got to work this out. They've got the fellow running on the offside almost every time. The ball's coming in one wing. Somebody charges down the other side of the ground into open space. This time it's Ants Christo. They did this particularly well against Port Adelaide last week, and coming into this match it was highlighted as the key thing that they had to clear and work out how to defend.
And Hahn has hurt himself, and it was an awkward fall too, and I don't like the look of that at all. It was one of those ones where he went over on his knee.
He's been in good form too, Hahn. It's almost like a gridiron play, isn't it, Jared, the way they're doing it? Like a quarterback releasing, what do you call them, the running wide receivers.
Wide receiver. Here's Christo from 40. Straight through the middle. What a corner by the Blues.
Christo uses it to Koutafidis, who squares it up. Hickmott couldn't take it. Here's a chance for Hume to ride the bump. Got the handball away to Hickmott. They're still coming, Carlton. They might get another one here before quarter time. Pushing the back was dubious.
Well, I reckon it's a good sign for the Bulldogs, though, because I think one thing that has been missing from their game in this first quarter has been their absolute desperation. They're just playing a touch off what they can in the desperation stakes.
Beaumont's got it, and while Robbie Murphy was criticising the umpire, I think, Beaumont turned around and kicked the goal. What happened there? Beaumont's kicked the goal.
Hickmott is a lead. McKay is on over the top. Wasn't a great kick. Oh, that's a great mark, though. And Hickmott could break. He didn't. He could pump it along to the square. It's still on. Sets it up into the goal. Scott Cooter. Oh, uncontested. He dropped it. Oh, he's been paid. And he's probably a little lucky.
Well, it was the first time that Cooter and Croft have been one out. Cooter's ended up taking the mark, but I thought what was indicative of the lack of pressure from the Bulldogs was how Bradley got that ball through successfully as a solid mark. McKay should have been poleaxed. He should have been buried, and he wasn't. In fact, he was able to brush off a tackle, and that just doesn't happen against the Western Bulldogs when they're on song.
So, the trend from the opening quarter continuing here. Awkward kick from Koutafidis, but it does the job. Swings back nicely enough. They've kicked the opening goal.
Said hasn't had an impact on the game yet. Could be just warming up. Good mark to Whitnell at half forward. That's 50 metres surely. He kicked it away in frustration, and that was sloppy football, and Whitnell will make him pay.
No, I'm not sure that he kicked it away in frustration.
I reckon he did.
You'd be mad if you kicked it away in frustration. I think he would argue that it wasn't a mark. Clearly, it was very well, it was a mark.
Yeah, but he'd heard a whistle. A whistle wasn't for him. I mean, players know 90% of the time where that free kick is going. And he may not have agreed with it, but that was just dumb footy.
So Lance Whitnell, who hasn't kicked a goal yet, playing more as a wingman today, I suppose, and pushing deep into defence.
I reckon Terry Wallace would like to take him off for that, but
yeah,
there's no options.
And 48 points will be the margin if he kicks this at the 4-minute mark of the second term. Can you believe that? Whitnell's kick and goal. It just keeps raining goals at Optus.
Well, Adrian Hickmott, another important ingredient in this Carlton forward line. He had a short pass on with Lappin, didn't take it.
Should have given it.
Instead, he bombed. Doesn't matter. Houghton stood up, and then he's just going to lazily kick a goal.
They're gone, the Dogs. They've broken them.
And they're paying the price. Christo on the break. They're going to go out of this, Carlton. Lappin takes it. Players running everywhere. Lappin decides to go alone. Lappin will kick a goal. It'll bounce, bounce, and bounce through. They are on fire on this.
There'll be more Blues there than Dogs. Houghton receives, looks up. Cooter's back in the square. Didn't want to take a chance. Hickmott sets it up for Cooter. Croft with Robbins in support. But it's all Blues at ground level. Beaumont for his third. Why not?
Pressure. Croft was able to release Brown, who kicks towards half-back Garlick. But Beaumont's on fire. Having a stellar season and a stellar game. He's just signed a long-term deal. He releases to Koutafidis, who goes for the goal square. At the back, Fletcher! No, Hickmott! Track 3. It's Whitnell. It doesn't matter who it is. The Blues are killing them.
This will be their 11th straight goal since the Bulldogs kicked their last.
Too many targets up forward. And just far cleaner disposal through the middle.
So Lance Whitnell, taken 6 marks already today. Has the most marks for the Blues for the season with 80. And will kick a goal. Just sneaks in, I reckon. Only just. Decides to go long towards half forward to a contest, which they haven't done much of today. It's going to fall for them, though.
Bradley by himself.
Get the handball off if he wants to. He can have a shot. Decides to go alone and kicks a beauty.
Well, that was a freakish goal.
Working hard, Whitnell. West in and under, Plunkett did well. Got a handball away to Hume. Good handball in the end to Whitnell, who likes his chances and will kick a goal.
Well done to Jimmy Plunkett.
The half forward, but Penny again, he backed himself. He tried to take Ratnell on the end and did okay. Plunkett, Liberatore desperate, goes after McKay, but he got the handball away. And Lappin, who's their chief playmaker, can really set something up. Turns his opponent inside out, goes inside 50. That was a game-breaking kick, and Houghton will kick the goal.
Another possession, gets it deep. Croft in amongst it all. Koutafidis, Hickmott around the body. Look at them. Houlihan had Whitnell in support. Houlihan reckons he can engineer a goal himself. He knows where they are, and he knows how to get it through them.
You're going to see a lot of...
In the box seat, mark this one down, Lakuna. He's done a good job today, Croft, by and large, hasn't he? But just a couple of times here, he's just found 5 or 6 metres.
Well, the inside 50 stat is always an amazing one as Brett Ratton lines up, and he's going to thread through another goal. And Garlick, who have played wide on each other, have had 27, Bradley, and 29 possessions respectively. And yet Bradley will appear in most people's best.
Yeah.
And yet his man's had 29 touches.
Camporelli, it was very low, the kick a goal, but it goes through.
Former Bulldog himself, good kick that was.
Yes.
Just good vision to Whitnell, got it moving quickly to Ratton, pumps it inside. The Blues will get it again here. Houghton, he's had a big day, Houghton. Has kicked 3 goals as a... Well, he's played a lot more time in the ruck than he has probably all season today.
It's been a great pickup by the Blues. They've been there, what now, 3 years or so? And
it's only 2, isn't it?
Only 2 years.
Second year, yep.
He's just rebuilt his career and he's becoming a very effective second-string ruckman, come mobile tall.
And he's kicked 4 goals. Good afternoon for the boy from Warragul, Trent Houghton.
But taken away. Camporelli, low kick. Croft made the spoil. Murphy, oh, it looks like he's got a lot of time, but unfortunately it fell loose. And young Wiggins goes in and he likes that.
Mansfield gives a handball over to Koutafidis. All the flooding and all the systems that have been in place in the game have gone out the window.
Grabbed it.
A clever mark at the back. It was a real fingertipper. He reached up. It was like picking cherries from a tree up in near the border where he's from. And took a terrific mark to the young man from the bush.
Siren to sound soon here at Optus Oval. Just over a minute remaining.
So Houlihan, terrific future ahead of him, this young fellow. He's going to be a terrific player, the number 33. Steadies up. He's a very reliable kick, and that is no mistake.
And the Blues might get one more chance. Mickey Mansfield might fire away. One more for the road for the Blues. Porter kicks the goal right on the siren. And Carlton get home of Optus Oval. Absolutely blitz the Bulldogs right from the opening siren. And although the Western Bulldogs managed to kick 11 goals to 10 and outscore them in the second half, it really was a comprehensive win by Carlton. 23 goals 15, 153, defeating the Dogs 13-14, 92.
And he's grown in stature, so Dockers to the right, Blues to the left here. Not a big crowd, you wouldn't expect it today, probably around about 15,000, but the Blues faith.
40 metres from the Carlton goal. Plunkett gets back unattended in the goal square, but it's brilliantly roved by Ratton. First goal of the match, kicked by Brett Ratton for Carlton.
Kay and Silvani to worry him to Lappin. Lappin on the left, looks okay in the run, it's a real chance. Going through for a goal.
Gee, Silvani was terrific, Bruce. So you would think, because the Blues have done all the scoring. Freeborn's kick towards half forward. It's vacant there. Silvani gathers. Oh, the hand pass. Sensational. Ratton on the end of it. Third goal of the Blues. Second to Ratton. The handling.
And Eastor doing it. Good hands by Koutafidis to Mackay. They love Silvani in these one-out situations of Blues, and he's taken a good mark. He was fantastic late against Melbourne last week. One of the big questions, I reckon, in footy at the moment is, does Stephen Silvani and Craig Bradley continue to play with the Blues next year?
Oh, why not, Bruce?
I'm with you.
They're both in sensational form. I'll be playing them, no worries.
So Silvani kicks straight for a goal. You had a wry smile then, Robbo.
Also, this is his fourth possession. And he goes towards the goal square. Back there is Mansfield, going back with the flight of the ball. The ball spills. The Blues are onto it. It's Beaumont in his 100th game, and they've got 5.
Well, the Dockers scored. Now, we know the Dockers came back pretty well, and that's exactly what Carlton have done today. And Hurley's going to make it 6. Well, look, John, how low can you go?
Well, the ruck work there was Eastor. Trying to break away was Mansfield. Koutafidis will kick a goal, won't he? This is just too easy. This is ridiculously easy for Carlton. Koutafidis
gives Silvani the run of it. Little give fantastic to Mansfield. How many times have they done this in the first quarter? Mansfield runs too far, I reckon.
Did.
It's a goal.
Gee, you'd like to measure that. Modern football. Camperelli, watch this. Watch this for delivery by Camperelli. Well, I thought he'd kick a goal, but he didn't. He just lobbed it up for Silvani to mark. The angle will be the greatest area of concern for Stephen Silvani. He's already kicked one, and I think the umpire there just a little generous. He'll kick his second, and the Blues have got their 9th. They create the best first term this year. He's very impressive, isn't he, Hurleyhan off the left, and Silvani, if he wasn't paid the mark, it certainly would have been a free kick. Hurleyhan quickly gets the ball back to him, and Silvani looks to pass off again. It's going to work. Ratton. Well, Ratton very, very efficient. He's going to kick to a goal square that is, well, it is man. No, it's not. It should have been. He picked it up, and he kicked the goal.
It's back towards centre half forward to Hurleyhan. He's got Fletcher on his own in the goal square. Now he goes to him and finds him.
Gee, the cohesiveness with Lappin and Hurleyhan is great, isn't it?
He's got a really good understanding of both,
yep.
and both of those players have got exquisite skills. And when they just know, they just turn around and they just know where one another are. And they've just used one another a number of times during this game already. And their kicking into the forward line has just been a treat to watch.
We're right behind Fletcher. The kick looks good. He's got it. So an 11th goal.
I don't know whether, football's changed that much, Bruce.
And goes on to Silvani, who's getting midfield stats at full forward. Little short pass, a good one to Lappin, and it finds him.
Well, you feel sorry for Troy Cook. He was trying to make play, trying to get it to someone who was in a better position, but sometimes you're just better off banging the ball forward, and I mean, that was just disappointing.
So Lappin, a goal in the opening term. He's the leading goal scorer for the Blues this year. Scored going into this match 26 goals. He's kicked goals in 14 of the 15 games he's played so far, so he's been pretty consistent. Kicked poorly last week against Melbourne, 2-5 I think. That's a good kick, so he's got a second goal today. And
who has been asked to do the ruck work. He's kicking towards the half-forward area, taken here by Beaumont, the 100-gamer, and didn't get any hook at all on that kick. It lands inside the field of play, gathered by Lappin. He can probably get around. No, he'll use Beaumont, and Beaumont will go in and kick the goal. Very good play by the Blues. But Kudafiti's little tap to the advantage of Lappin. He in turn to Ratton. Ratton off the left, looks for Silvani, and in goes Lappin again. He'll make a living certainty of it this time. Lovely little left foot goal. Lead by Silvani, dropped what he should have taken, looks for Camporelli, finds him. Camporelli short is good, and Lappin has taken the mark about 40 metres from goal. There's no one in the square, so if the kick drops short, which it has, and gone through for a goal. 1 centimetre to the left of that right-hand goalpost. And looking maybe for Silvani, but decides to go long in the Kudafiti's area. And if that was the easiest mark for the day, I'm not here.
Well, that was a very easy mark, and Lee Brown's a loose man in defence, and he's back there to stop that very thing happening. And Kuda just took that too easily. The ball took plenty of time to get in the forward line. The Dockers players had plenty of time to fill in those hot spots in front of goal there, and to take an uncontested mark like that was pretty ordinary.
Having a cup of tea, Brett Ratton and Andrew McKay, aren't they? Scones and coffee. As we watch Kudafiti's go for the Blues' 16th goal, and he makes no mistake, the goal umpire does not move. By 70. As I said, they led by 84 at three-quarter time, but it has been a pretty good performance. Oh, what about that, Bradley? Plunkett will kick the goal, but Bradley was terrific again. Looks to play on and does. Gee, Franchina broke the tackle. He's another player in the mould of getting ground time. He's kicking towards full forward, has been marked by Lappin, and here's a chance, Bruce, for something that you've been waiting for all day, as Matthew Lappin prepares to kick his 5th goal and Carlton's 18th.
go on, Robbo.
No, I'll leave it to you, Bruce. I couldn't possibly steal your thunder because you told us off air that Matthew Lappin, well, he's been a live wire, hasn't he? He's had 16 kicks, 9 hand passes, 10 marks. His 4 goals, 3 could quite easily have been 5 or 6 by now. But he's about to kick his 5th goal, and I think he's missed, hasn't he? Has he missed? No, sure, it's a goal. So Lappin is now, look at that vision, out to Mansfield. Not a lot of time. May mess it up. No, he's got some support. It came from Rice, and Rice's kick is onto the chest of Lappin.
Oh, that was well done by Brett Ratton. He could have blazed away, kicked the ball towards goal, which 9 out of 10 footballers would have done, just blazed away, and the Dockers would have ran it down. But he had just had that perfect vision. You caught it well, Robbo. Just at the corner of his eye, he caught a glimpse of Mickey Mansfield and flicked it out that way. It was just really good vision, good football.
Hard to compare anyone to Williams, isn't it? I mean, Greg Williams was enormous off both sides of his body, but gee, Ratton is a tremendous player. Lappin has kicked 6. The Blues get their...
Oh, boy, you heard it late. So that's it. So he has a smile. So Carlton, they did enough. Fremantle was shocking in the opening term, and then they got better as the game went on. But Carlton have won by 75 points, and it's a good win for them. They just hit a bit of a stumble in the last 2 weeks with the Swans and also Melbourne beating them.